This is Innovation Fixation, a series featuring local inventors showcasing the future of technology in our community.
Hi, my name is Dr. Andy Gold, and welcome to Innovation Fixation. I'm a longtime social entrepreneur and faculty member at Hillsborough Community College, and it's a great pleasure for me today to welcome into our studio Gracie Stemmer, the marketing manager for Tampa Bay WaVE. Welcome, Gracie. Thank you so much for coming into Innovation Fixation.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure. I'm a big fan of Tampa Bay WaVE, but I think our audience would like to learn more about it. And I thought one of the best ways that we could start out is for you to just tell a little bit about your background and how it is you ended up as the marketing manager at Tampa Bay WaVE.
Yeah, sure. So I started as an intern at Tampa Bay WaVE while I was going to school at the University of Tampa and studying entrepreneurship. I worked my way up to marketing manager. I've been at Tampa Bay WaVE now for 4 years, happily.
Nice.
And so that's kind of how I got at Tampa Bay WaVE.
Cool. So tell us a little bit about what Tampa Bay WaVE is and kind of what its purpose is within the community.
Yeah, so Tampa Bay WaVE is a local support organization for technology startups and technology entrepreneurs. We have a physical location in downtown Tampa, and we have an accelerator program that we run. So,
what is an accelerator program for our audience that may not know what that is?
Yeah, sure. So basically, we take startups and entrepreneurs who have ideas in the technology space, and we give them a program that they can run through that will teach them how to build, launch, and grow their startup. We hook them up with mentors and different resources in the community that can help them build their startups faster and better.
That's cool. So can you maybe walk us through an example of one company perhaps that you have housed there currently or did have there that has reached some degree of success, just so our audience can kind of maybe find out a little bit more about how it operates?
Sure. So a good example is Fitter, which I think you guys interviewed them earlier. Fitter started as a build company, which is the first level of our accelerator program. There's a build level, a launch level, and a grow level. They started in the build level. They're now in the launch level. They've launched their product. They're doing great. They're getting all kinds of media attention, both here locally and nationally. And they will eventually graduate from that program and become a Grow alumni, and they will help the startups that are in the build level again. They got a mentor that they work closely with. They meet weekly with our program manager, and he kind of gives them different objectives, to go through, interview different potential customers and pivot their startup.
So the WaVE part of Tampa Bay, I get the Tampa Bay part, because we're in Tampa Bay, but the WaVE part, where does that come from? Do you know where that, what it's supposed to symbolize?
Yep, so WaVE was at once, well it still is I guess, an acronym, and so the W, the V, and the E stand for Web Venture Entrepreneurs. And so when Tampa Bay WaVE started back in 2008, it was really just a meetup of people who were trying to start technology companies. Cool. And back in 2008, there wasn't really a startup culture here in Tampa Bay. So we didn't have technology meetups or technology support organizations. So they decided they were going to make their own, and they met monthly and kind of traded resources and taught each other what they know. And that just spurred into what our organization is today.
And what sort of role does Tampa Bay WaVE feel it plays in terms of the community at large, in terms of servicing people who aren't directly working at Tampa Bay WaVE? How important is it to be involved with the community at different levels for your organization?
So Tampa Bay WaVE is really specifically for technology entrepreneurs. There's lots of startup support organizations that we even partner with around the community, TBTF, HCC, the greenhouse over in St. Pete, that all play their own little role in supporting entrepreneurships and startups here in Tampa Bay. But WaVE is really about the technology startups.
Okay.
And so it's important to be a part of the community and kind of know what's going on. You can attend events even if you're not a member of Tampa Bay WaVE, so you can attend different events that we hold and just kind of know what's happening here in your community.
So walk me through, let's say I'm a tech startup, early stage, and I'm interested in joining the accelerator program. What do I need to do to get involved there? How do is there an application process? Is there an interview process? What exactly happens?
Yeah, so first thing I would say is just come on down and say hi to us. We're located at 500 East Kennedy Boulevard on the 3rd floor. We recently moved, so that's important to note. But yeah, I'd say just come on down, take a tour of the place, meet some of the different entrepreneurs and startups that are housed at Tampa Bay WaVE, and then start attending some events. And kind of once you get a feel for how you want to be involved, because there's many different ways to be involved, whether it's, very on the surface level, attending events, or, you're working from WaVE every day and building your startup there, or you're actually applying to the accelerator and going through that program. So it's pretty open door. There's not really an application process, except for if you want to apply for our accelerator program.
Okay, and what's involved with that if you apply for the accelerator program?
So the accelerator opens its applications twice a year. And you can just go online at tampabaywave.org and find the application there. It's about a one-page application process. You go through a boot camp, and then eventually you're accepted into the program, which lasts about 6 months or a year, depending on where you're.
Now, in full disclosure to the Innovation Fixation Nation out there, I am a big fan of Tampa Bay WaVEs, and Hillsborough Community College has partnered, as you said, with the WaVE, and we've sent some students through who've had great experiences there, and I think that that's a great value back to the community as well. Where do you fit in, like in your capacity as the marketing manager? Like, what are some of the things you're involved in? How do you market the brand out in the community? How important is protecting the brand and so on?
Yeah, so like you mentioned, I run all of the marketing for Tampa Bay WaVE, and I'm also involved in a number of things outside of Tampa Bay WaVE. I've been a part of organizing Startup Weekend Tampa Bay for a couple years now, and then I've taken the lead organizing role for Tampa Bay Startup Week, which is happening this February for the second year.
And that's like a week-long activity, a set of activities themed around entrepreneurship and educating people, alerting them to all of the resources in the community?
Right, yeah. So last year we had over 70 events in the course of 1 week, all geared around entrepreneurship and pushing the momentum forward here in Tampa Bay. And so we'll do that again this February. We're very excited.
Well, I just want to thank you so much for coming into Innovation Fixation. I've learned new things about Tampa Bay WaVE that I didn't know, and hopefully our audience has learned a lot as well. So I just really wanted to thank you for taking the time to visit with us, and we're excited to hear more to come. Can you just tell us how we can get in touch with you other than the physical address that you gave us before?
Yeah, sure. If you want to learn more about Tampa Bay WaVE, you can go to tampabaywave.org and find out all kinds of stuff on that website, or tampa.startupweek.co to learn about Startup Week.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Andy.
Okay.
If you'd like to be featured on Tampa Bay Community Network, please call 813-977-5200 or visit tbcn.org.